Good afternoon, you guys, coming from a nice fall day in north central Washington in the Tonasket area. I guess I owe all you guys an apology. You know, when I originally made my first truck video, I mostly just made it to show family and to tell the story to the people that may be interested in my family, and I did that and they all saw it and commented to me personally or on the phone, and I thought I succeeded. And you know, I don't spend a lot of time on YouTube, obviously, as you guys can see. And I just didn't look at the video, and it went from, you know, 1,000 views, and then 1,100 views, and then 1,200 views, and I hadn't looked at it for a long time. And out of nowhere, I have over 70,000 views. So I guess I owe you guys an explanation of where I'm at with the truck and what's been going on. So from the exterior, you're probably saying not a lot's happened, and you're right. I've replaced all the airlines and put 24/5 low profile tires on it. All brand new tires. Just keeping this thing running, you know, has cost me enough money, and I'm coming to the end of my payments on the engine rebuild. So I just haven't sunk much money into it, you know, with COVID, and didn't know how everything was going to go. And so I'm kind of getting back into the project. I've been running the heck out of the truck though. Since the last video, I've put about 5,000 miles on it, which, you know, to a truck driver is nothing. But for the kind of work I do, hauling cows and hay, 50 miles here, 50 miles there, spending a lot of time with it out in the field, it's quite a few miles. The engine job has turned out to be really, really good. Engine doesn't leak any oil, runs strong, no smoke, as you guys already know when you watched it start. Everything's going really good with the engine. I'm 100% satisfied. There's a couple little leaks that I need to get fixed. Power is better than I thought it would be. You know, I had them put a 380 kit in this small cam 335, so it's got the 350 cooler on it and all the stuff that goes with the 350, and then I had them put a 380 horse piston kit in it. So it's a true 380 horse. Sure runs a lot stronger in cold weather, which leads me to believe I got to find a way to get it some more air, because I think there's quite a bit more power there if I can find it. It's got this old oil bath air cleaner, which does a heck of a job cleaning the air, but I think it's choking it down, and that's something that I've got to work on to get all the power, because it is significantly higher performing in the cold. Feels to me like 10% more power, not to mention filling that thing with 2.5 gallons of oil every time you do it is quite the cost. Engine starts good in the cold. I'll start it up here for you in a minute, but just been hauling a lot of hay, hauling my cows around. This trip's gone on a couple 300-mile trips, hauling cows to sale. It's performed well. It drives surprisingly well for a truck with no real suspension. This has got what's called a walking beam suspension, and it's just got rubber pads, and by rubber I mean hard as a rock rubber pads that it rides on. But if the road's decent, it pulls good. This truck's got a 239-inch wheelbase, which evens it out pretty good. So 13 speed has ended up being real nice. It's worked good for me. Kept the Brownie transmission in there mostly just for nostalgic purposes. I don't even hardly use it unless I'm out in the hayfield or in the mud or the muck hauling cows or whatever it is I'm doing. It's really geared. I mean, this truck will go 75, 80 miles per hour if I let it. So of course I don't, but it has no problems going down the road with a load like this. I'll be 60 plus, maybe even closer to 65, because it's been raining, so there's some water on them bales, and I have no problems going 60, 62, 65 if I'm not paying attention. So she's running strong. It's been a lot of fun to operate it, because as I go down the road, you know, every truck driver that's an owner operator, it's thumbs up, and people like seeing it. And you know, I know there's several of these on the internet, and I'm sure there's several in the country, but I don't think there are many 70-year-old trucks working on a daily, weekly basis. So I think I have a lot of pride in that, and it's been a lot of fun. As far as my plans in the future, I fully intended on painting the frame and the wheels this summer, but it just didn't happen. It was a busy year with the cows. You can see my cows out there in the distance, some Angus Simmental cattle. They might be too far for you to pick it up on the phone, but so I didn't get as much done with that. You know, just keeping an old truck running and operating has been plenty. You know, I haven't really had any problems with it. The only problem I had was like the first week I had it running, the shaft that the throttle pedal rides on is threaded into the side of the block. It actually goes through the valve timing cover, and I'm not a small cam expert, so I'm not going to even pretend to give you the right terminology, but that stripped out and the throttle linkage came apart and held the engine wide open for however long it took me to shut it off. It seemed like it was, I was going down the highway, seemed like it was an hour, but I'm sure it was more like a half a second. But I was worried that I screwed it up and it floated the valves or did some damage, but it's in 100% shape. Then nothing happened, so I lucked out on that one. So I re-tapped that, which was nerve-wracking, tapping that into a block you just spent 20,000 bucks on, but I got that done. It turned out good. So that was really the only problem. I had a bearing go out in the front end, which I caught soon enough and got it fixed. So really the truck's been doing well, run strong, smoother than you would think. Going down the road, it's loud. If you remember the interior view I gave you, there's no insulation or anything, so it sounds like you're on a farm tractor going down the road at 65 miles per hour. So, you know, but the heater works good and all that. So anyways, I apologize that I haven't given you an update, but the truck's running strong, and if you were in north central Washington, you'd see it be going up and down the road quite a bit. So I'm happy with it and just thought you guys deserved an update, and I'll at least give you a start. The interior, of course, is filthy because we're working and it's been mucky and muddy. So anyways, here we go. Here's your start, and then I'll sign off, and I hope you guys are all doing well and safe and sound. Turn the heater off so you could hear it. I cleaned up a bunch of the rattles, bolts and loose things, so that small cam sounded pretty good. Anyways, the next big things I do to the truck, I'll make sure and video it and let you know. Take care.